This is the most popular game in all of Rec Room, and then over here is My Invention. In fact, you might notice that My Invention is in quite a few different popular rooms right now. How did I get to this point? Why is this invention of an orange cube in a bunch of Rec Room's top games, and why am I doing this? We'll be getting into all of that today when I tell you about how I bribed Rec Room's top creators into promoting My Invention. I'm gonna try and keep this backstory quick, because I know most of you probably already know it, but basically about 11 months ago, I created a basic orange cube invention and sold it on the Invention store in the hopes for it to become the most bought paid invention in all of Rec Room. I did this A, because I thought it would be funny, and B, because I wanted to gift back all of the tokens that I earned from the cube into the community, which I've done, and I've made 2 videos about it, and I've posted them to my channel to promote the cube, and it's all great. But there is one little problem: actually getting people to go from my YouTube video into Rec Room to search up the cube and actually get them to buy it is not a very easy thing to do. That is a lot of steps to ask from people who probably are never going to actually benefit from buying the cube except for knowing they helped contribute to this stupid goal. I noticed this when I posted my second video promoting the cube, because it did not get the cube nearly as many new purchases as the first video did, despite me gaining quite a few subscribers since the first video. It was at this moment I knew I would need a special plan, and I knew just what to do. If I couldn't get people to go from YouTube to Rec Room to buy the cube, I was just gonna have to start right at the source in Rec Room. So what, do I just go around rec centers and tell as many people as possible to buy the cube? I think that would take ages. No, I needed to put the cube in front of as many people as possible, and the best way for me to do that was to put it in these rooms with millions and millions of visits. But here comes another issue. How am I gonna know which rooms have players spending the most time in them so I know what rooms to try and get it into? I mean, sure, I could just look at the hot tab on the watch and try to take an educated guess as to the current most popular ones based on their visit count, but I wanted some more solid evidence. What rooms are players actually spending the most time in? And lucky for me, Rec Room has actually started providing that data publicly. Starting in December, they've done this thing called Room Rewards, which gives rewards to the owners of the rooms that have the most players spending the most time in them. And not only that, but every week they release an updated list of what the top 100 rooms are that have the most time spent in them. So literally, to get the rooms I want, all I have to do is start at the top of this list and work my way down, contacting the creators. But this brings up yet another problem. How am I going to convince these room creators with millions and millions of visits to put my random invention that doesn't benefit them at all in their rooms? Well, this is where the bribes come in. Now, you might not know this, but not only am I a YouTuber, but I'm also a circuiteer in-game, and I actually work on building rooms with a group of people called Ink Overflow. So being both a YouTuber and a builder in-game, I've already got quite a few connections to go off of when contacting these people and trying to bribe them to put my cube in their room. And of course, even if they aren't on the top 100 list, I can just start with rooms that I'm already co-owner on, so I don't need to ask anyone. The 2 most popular rooms that I'm already co-owner on are Rap Rumble and Sword Summit, and these are Ink Overflow rooms. So I just went in there and threw a link button to the orange cube and some text telling people to buy it, and boom, we've got 2 rooms already. Even if they're not like top 100 material, they still get a pretty consistent amount of visits. But there was one more Ink Overflow room that I wanted to put a link button in, considering it was literally in the #1 spot for time spent in it. You've probably heard of it. The room is Poppy Playtime. Even though I'm not co-owner on this room because I didn't help make it personally, I'm still friends with all the people who did make it because we're in the same build group. So I just DM'd Pan Knight, one of the co-owners on Poppy Playtime and one of the Ink Overflow leaders, and waited for a response. The second room on the list was Prison Life, created by HKR, who you might recognize as the person with the most subscribers in all of Rec Room by a very large margin. Lucky for me, HKR actually watches my videos, so it wasn't too hard to get in contact with him and propose my offer. And as we go down the list, we'll see that HKR is co-owner on quite a few rooms that are popular besides Prison Life too. Next up, I contacted Brody Gameplays, who is the owner of Clash of Kingdoms and Hide and Seek, both of which are pretty popular rooms right now. I remembered recognizing this name from somewhere, and I was pretty sure it's because I thought he was a fan of my content, or at least like knew I existed at some point. So I had pretty high hopes for this response too. And the final person I contacted was It's Glitch, who is the owner of Desert Storm War, Island Warfare, and Rec Room Battlegrounds. Wow. All of these popular rooms are literally just war. At this point, I felt like I'd contacted enough creators because every one of these people had at least more than one room that was high up on this top 100 list. So what did these people want in return, and what did they say in replies? Well, let's check it out. So first up, let's talk about Brody Gameplays and his rooms Clash of Kingdoms and Hide and Seek. This one was pretty seamless, and he was really nice to work with. As I expected, he said that he had heard of my channel before, and he was more than happy to put a link button to the orange cube in both of these rooms if I just gave a shout out to his YouTube channel in this video. video, which is what I'm doing right now, alright? This is where I need you. Go to the description and click on the link to Brody Gameplay's channel. I need to repay back his generosity, and for that, I need your help. Right now, he has at around 800 subscribers. I want to try and get him to 1,500 subscribers, which is almost double that. So if you want to help out, then go to the link in the description to subscribe to Brody Gameplays. He makes Rec Room videos and VR content, very similar to me. I think you'll like it. So that's an orange cube button in 2 more rooms here. Not only did he put the button, but he also put this like whole arrow and text above it saying to download it. Thank you very much, Brody. Your contribution to the orange cube means a lot. Next up, let's talk about It's Glitch, who was also willing to help me out as long as I gave a shout out to his YouTube channel, very similar to Brody. So again, I know I just asked you to go to the description and subscribe to someone. I'm sorry, but I'm here doing it again. I've got a link in the description to Glitch's YouTube channel as well. Right now, he's at around 200 subscribers. So let's see if we can over double that again and get him to 500. So go ahead, go to the description and subscribe. He's planning on making Rec Room videos there. All good stuff. For ink reasons, I don't think he was able to put the button in Island Warfare, but he did go ahead and put one in Desert Storm War and Rec Room Battlegrounds. So that's another 2 rooms to add on to the list. Thank you very much, Glitch, for helping out. Next up, let's talk again about HKR, the most subscribed to player in all of Rec Room. Now, HKR's request wasn't as simple as just asking for his YouTube channel to be shouted out, alright? I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but as a circuiteer, I have created this sort of bot in Rec Room that you can use to import images from out of the game into Rec Room on a canvas. This is totally TOS friendly because it uses circuits, and before you ask, no, I will not print something for you. I only do it for special occasions, and no, I will not be telling you how to make one. If you ever see people selling pictures of dogs and cats and stuff on the Invention store, they probably have an art bot like this that they use to put it in the game. Now, not many people have art bots that can do full color, high resolution prints, so it's a pretty exclusive thing, I think. All HKR wanted was for me to print his profile picture in game so he could use it in Rec Room, and also to print an image that he could use as the profile picture for his club. And also, he asked for a shout out to his YouTube channel too, so there's a link in the description to that one if you're not already fatigued out on subscribing to people. In return, he went ahead and put a link button to the orange cube in Prison Life and in Squid Game. Yeah, Squid Game. I love Squid Game. And finally, we have come to the last creator, who supposedly should be the easiest to convince to help me out because, I mean, we're just friends. It'd be pretty depressing if he said no, actually. I wanted a link button in Poppy Playtime, the most popular room in the game. Pen Knight was happy to oblige, but in return, he wanted a shout out a little bit different to everybody else. You see, on our Discord, which is at discord.inkoverflow.com, by the way, we've got a whole set of channels for commissions, which you can use to commission players in Rec Room to build whatever you want. Yes, this is paid with real money, but you can basically go in and make a request for whatever you want. You know, you want a custom dorm skin? Boom, you can do that. You want a custom full body costume? You can go in and ask for one there. There's a whole team of verified creators that make these things for you, and most of the value comes in that you are the only one who owns it, so it is a one-of-the-kind item made just for you. So if you want a special dorm skin or anything one-of-the-kind made for you in Rec Room, then head on over to discord.inkoverflow.com. Read up on the commission guidelines in there, and then go ahead and make your request. Oh yeah, I didn't really mention, Pen Knight wanted me to promote the commission marketplace, so that's what I just did. And with that, the orange cube has been added to the final room of this video, Poppy Playtime. So there we go. Altogether now, the orange cube is in 9 different popular rooms. Hopefully I counted that right. The cube's only been in these rooms for a couple of days now, so I can't really give any accurate data on exactly how much they've helped with the sales. But what I can do is assure you that the cube is getting a much larger amount of sales per day than it was before I did all of this. To be honest, after the last video didn't really get the cube that many more sales, I was a little bit concerned on if it was actually ever going to become the most bought invention, but this plan has restored my faith that this is possible. As of the time of me recording this, the cube is at over 4,700 purchases, but as of the time you're watching this, it's probably already over 5,000. It's kind of hard to say what the actual goal is for the orange cube because the most bought invention is always changing the amount of sales it has. Like, obviously, that's still getting sales too. Originally, the goal was 11,000, and in my last video, I said it was 13,000. I think a solid goal for now is 15,000. Currently, I think the most bought invention has like 14,100 or something. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated with the goal, but for now, we're just trying to get as many sales as possible. And of course, if you have a popular room and you want to help out, then feel free to go throw an orange cube button in your room as well. I'm probably not going to be doing any more special deals or shout outs with people like this, but from the kindness of your own heart, if you want to put the orange cube button in your own popular room, just because you think it'd be funny if the orange cube is the most bought invention, and also because you want to give me tokens to give back to the community in another gifting video, then go ahead and do so. It would mean a lot to me. I really need as much help as I can get here, guys. And of course, thank you to all of the creators who have already helped me by putting buttons in their own rooms that I contacted in this video. It really means a lot that you all were so happy to help me. So that's going to be about it. Remember to buy the orange cube if you haven't already. Okay, go to the room, buy the cube. I figured that went without saying, but buy the cube if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.